What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Church Baby back with another video. Hope y'all having a blessed day today. Today we're gonna look at, is V8 juice healthy or is it bad? Dong. But now we're gonna see. This is gonna be part one. We're gonna see, is V8 juice healthy or have they been lying to us? So hope y'all having a blessed day. Like I say, we here to expose. I'm here drinking my little watermelon drink. Ain't no juice, but it's a drink. I ain't have enough for the juice, so I got the drink. I got my water. It's 5% juice, so ain't 100, but I'll take a little. But let's get into the video and see what they talking about.
Calm, respectable cans. There's V8. Vegetables. Health. Responsibility. Maybe even smugness. But here's the thing. While V8 absolutely contains vegetables, its history and health claims are a little complicated. And that's why today we're making the case that V8 isn't as healthy as they want you to believe.
So they've been lying to us.
But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other allegedly healthy beverages you'd like to hear about. Okay, time to find out if you really should have had a V8. The V8 story starts in the early 1930s, when the United States was deep in the Great Depression. Fresh produce wasn't always easy to afford or to store, and processed foods were booming because shelf stability suddenly mattered a whole lot. Enter William Gilbert Peacock and Frank Constable, two food entrepreneurs working in Illinois. Their goal wasn't revolutionary health, it was practicality. They wanted a convenient way to preserve vegetables and make them easier to consume year-round. It was a noble goal, and their original drink, introduced in 1933, was called Vegemin, which honestly almost sounds too healthy. Anyway, the original blend contained 8 vegetables: tomatoes, the dominant flavor, carrots, celery, beets, parsley, watercress, spinach, and lettuce. That's right, folks. Someone blended up some lettuce and said, "Perfect! Bottle it and we'll sell the juice of this lettuce plant to the masses." Likely surprising no one, the lettuce juice infused drink was not an overnight success. And that's because people weren't exactly clamoring for liquefied vegetables during the Depression. Let's face it, life was hard enough without having to drink a shelf-stable salad. But the beverage eventually found a niche among health-conscious consumers and institutions like hospitals and airlines. Then World War II hit. Wartime rationing limited packaging materials like tin, which meant production challenges. At the same time, nutrition messaging increased because governments wanted citizens healthy for war work, a paradox that actually helped vegetable juices stay relevant. In 1947, the recipe was tweaked slightly, mainly to standardize flavor consistency as production scaled. Tomatoes became even more dominant, partly because they were cheaper and easier to source in bulk. And honestly, that tomato base is why most people think of V8 as basically fancy tomato juice.
It looks like tomato juice.
The big turning point came when the Campbell Soup Company purchased the brand in 1948, and Campbell's knew shelf-stable foods. Soup was literally their entire personality, and still is, so they saw vegetable juice as a logical extension of their existing lineup. And that was when the drink was formally renamed V8 Vegetable Juice. The name emphasized the 8 vegetables in the ingredients, while also sounding modern and mechanical, like a car engine. It was a name that suggested efficiency, power, and vegetables that probably go faster than you do. Speaking of engines, in the mid-20th century, Campbell's actually used a promotional V8 Roadster. Yes, an actual car, decorated to advertise the drink because nothing says healthy vegetable beverage like internal combustion. Early endorsements included future president and former actor Ronald Reagan, who appeared in a 1951 commercial, and later campaigns featured TV personalities like Pat Sajak and Vanna White of Wheel of Fortune fame. Meanwhile, the brand's slogans were pretty iconic and became cultural staples in their own right. In the 1960s, for example, the slogan was, "Wow, it sure doesn't taste like tomato juice." which kind of makes us want to try it, but also makes us wonder what it does taste like. Not necessarily in a good way. In the 70s and 80s, and then brought back later because it's just that good, was the classic should have had a V8. And in the 90s, it was drink V8 and keep your diet straight, which is very almond mom of them. But let's face it, V8 was in every almond mom's pantry. In the 2000s, they were trying on slogans. They had drink smarter with V8 and drink it, feel it. And the 2000s is also when they returned to the tried and true should have had a V8. In recent years, V8 has also been trying Veg Up, which is snappy and not terrible for our ever-shortening attention spans. But what especially worked was the famous forehead slap campaign. It framed the drink as the responsible choice you forgot to make. Basically guilt marketing in a can. And it was brilliant. Mean, but brilliant. And not to mention, very effective.
The energy drink is good. Ain't no lie.
Once the original juice had brand recognition, the product line exploded. In the 1990s, they came out with V8 Splash, which leaned heavily into fruit flavors. It tasted less like vegetables and more like a juice drink, which also meant more sugar. In spite of, or perhaps because of that, it sold extremely well, especially among younger consumers. Then in the 2000s, they made V8 V-Fusion, a mix of fruit and vegetable juices designed to sneak veggies into sweet drinks. Parents loved the concept, but nutritionists were cautiously skeptical. The 2010s then brought a virtual avalanche of new V8 products. First, they came out with V8 Energy, a vegetable juice meets energy drink product that contains caffeine from green tea extract, plus fruit and vegetable juice blends. It targeted health-conscious caffeine drinkers who didn't want neon cans screaming, "Extreme power!" Then there was V8 Plus Energy Sparkling, which was pretty much the same thing as V8 Energy, but fizzy because carbonation is fun. And let's not forget V8 V-Fusion Plus Tea, which is a fruit and vegetable juice hybrid with tea added for flavor and antioxidants, a classically 2010 product. There were also international variants. Australia, for example, offered 100% fruit and vegetable juice blends and power blend lines with protein or extra nutrients. Results varied though. Some lasted, some were sent to quietly wander around the outback until they were eaten by a crocodile, or at least until people forgot about them. And speaking of protein, V8 protein shakes and snack bars launched in 2014. But as it turns out, consumers apparently drew the line at vegetable-adjacent protein bars. And we don't necessarily blame them. Brand extensions are tricky. Sometimes they expand reach. Sometimes they remind everyone that vegetables are still, in fact, vegetables. In any case, just a year later, the shakes and bars had disappeared so completely, it was like they never existed at all. Still, people have found creative ways to use V8 beyond the marketed sipping. For example, it's been used as a cocktail base, especially for the Bloody 8, which is basically a Bloody Mary with V8 replacing tomato juice. And it's likely the reason that somewhere along.
And right there, we're going to stop. We're going to do part 2 probably next week. But, you know, it started off good. They just continue to add on. Me, I love the V8 Sparkling Energy drink. Now, that is good, and it actually do give you energy and stuff like that. But I just love the sparkling taste to it. So, V8 Energy seems like it ain't bad. I say it depends on what you get. Like it start off with the vegetables, and then start to add fruit and stuff. So, it all depends what you get. I say it's half and half, good and bad. So I say, hey, get that app. It's an app. I said I think the last video before, you can use to tell you if it's healthy or not, and scan the barcode and it'll tell you if it's healthy or not. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all drink V8 juice? Do y'all think it's healthy? Do y'all think it's unhealthy? Let me know in the comment section. I think V8 juice is healthy and bad because it depends which one you get. All of them ain't the same, and all of them ain't good. I mean, I tasted one flavor. It was like tomatoes, and it was like a tomato, and tomato and something flavor. It was disgusting. I almost threw up, but I couldn't do it. So it just depends on what you get. Which one you get? So, hey, God, Yeshua, me and Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and myself. Hey, you got love out here. Accept Christ before you leave the earth. Check out my other videos I posted this week. They're gonna help you. They're gonna teach you something. And y'all have a blessed one, and we out.